Well now, this isn't how we expected to start our episode from Door County. This episode of Grand Adventure is sponsored by XInsurance, providers of customized insurance policies that cover gaps in traditional insurance coverage. With specialized products available for diverse markets, XInsurance helps minimize exposures and maximize true peace of mind. By some stroke of good fortune, when we were flagged down by a motorist to let us know that our trailer was now on 3 wheels, we had just passed Quiet Woods RV on the outskirts of Sturgeon Bay. We limped back that 1 mile, and on a Saturday evening set our trailer in their back lot, where water, 30 amp outlets, and even a dump station are available. We emailed the business to let them know our situation, and now we can only wait for their service department to open on Monday morning. With our trailer disabled on a Sunday, we're going to unhitch and take our first exploration across Door County in our truck. Door County is a popular upper Midwest vacation destination. Pioneers, mariners, fishermen, loggers, and farmers began to settle the area in the mid-1800s. From 1865 through 1870, 3 resort hotels were constructed in and near Sturgeon Bay, near the peninsula's center, and tourists could reach the northern part of the county via passenger steamer. Motor travel arrived on the peninsula in the early 1900s and transformed Door County into the vacation destination that it is today. Early settlers in Door County included a large number of Scandinavians, and many of their descendants still live here today. Grandma's Swedish Bakery at Rowley's Bay Resort serves up some of their most delightfully sweet culinary creations. Lake Michigan's water level fluctuates somewhat over time and has been rising over the past several years to new record levels. Locals tell us that it's attributable to several rainy summers and cold winters, wherein the lake iced over to limit evaporation. Door County's name came from Porte des Morts, French that translates to Death's Door. It's the name of the passage between the tip of Door Peninsula and Washington Island, and came from Native American tales heard by early French explorers that described a failed raid by the Ho-Chunk tribe to capture Washington Island in the early 1600s. Since then, the name has become associated with the number of shipwrecks within the passage. Washington Island is served by 2 ferry routes crossing Death's Door, one carrying automobiles on the 30-minute crossing, and the other slightly quicker ride for passengers only. Agriculture flourished during Door County's development, and fruit trees, especially cherries, dotted the landscape. U-pick orchards and fruit stands can still be found along county roads in season. This may look like a former motel, but it was actually migrant housing for farm workers. These rooms housed only beds. There were no bathroom facilities inside for the workers. During World War II, German POWs were housed here too. Today, one end serves as a fruit and vegetable stand. Door County is home to 6 Wisconsin state parks. Peninsula State Park, established in 1909, is the third largest in the state's park system and is visited by an estimated 1 million visitors annually. The German POWs from the nearby prison camps were engaged to contribute to the park's construction projects during World War II. There are 4 separate campgrounds available within the park, 3 of which have electrical hookups. Construction of the Eagle Bluff Light on a 76-foot bluff overlooking the Strawberry Channel was authorized in 1866 by President Andrew Johnson, but the lighthouse was not actually built until 1868 at a cost of $12,000. It was automated in 1926. The former lighthouse keeper's home has been a museum since 1963. maintained by the Door County Historical Society. Park admission and a donation is required to tour the lighthouse. This was once the site of Peninsula's ski jump and toboggan run. But since the jump's dismantling during World War II, it looks like the in-run has grown over a little bit. When you're traveling full-time, when things go wrong, you do what you have to do to get back on the road as quickly as possible. The fastest that we can get a complete axle is 4 days shipped from E-Trailer near St. Louis. But the nearest Dexter distributor is in Traverse City across Lake Michigan. This wouldn't be so bad if we were fish, but by car it's going to take us 7 hours each way to drive to Traverse and get a new spindle and have the axle rebuilt. Still, that's only 2 days instead of 4. So we're having Quiet Woods remove the axle, and we'll load it into the Tundra for a long but scenic drive around Lake Michigan. This is the first time in our RV life that we've ever had to spend a night in a hotel. With the axle now rebuilt, thanks to speedy service from the folks at both Richfield Trailer Supply and Ace Welding, it's time to head back to Door County. Back in Sturgeon Bay after a long 2-day trip, we're having Quiet Woods RV install our rebuild axle so that we can finish our trip to our reserved campsite further north in Door County. So here we are at Beantown Campground in Bailey's Harbor, Wisconsin, 4 days after we were originally supposed to get here. Better late than never, that's what they always say, right? Beantown Campground offers 92 full hookup campsites and 6 cabins nestled between the farm fields of northern Door County. There's a large swimming pool, camp store, 2 playgrounds, game room, and laundry facility, all on site. Peak season summer rates cost $49 per night, with the 7th night free. Beantown Campground lies less than 1 mile from the charming tiny town of Bailey's Harbor, on the quiet Lake Michigan side of the Door Peninsula. Formerly known as Gibraltar, Bailey's Harbor was named for a Great Lakes ship captain who was caught in an unexpected severe storm on Lake Michigan in 1848 and found shelter in the harbor. As a New England native, I can't resist the authentic New England lobster rolls served up by the boathouse on the bay in Sister Bay. In fact, we got them 2 nights out of 3. It's a gorgeous day in the village of Ephraim. Perfect for trying something new today. Meet Captain Doug Fitzgerald, who has been guiding parasailing trips with his company Wisconsin Water Wings for 36 years. They do multiple trips from the harbor in Ephraim every day throughout the season, from mid-May to mid-October. Wisconsin Water Wings is the longest operating and most experienced parasail company in the entire Midwest, with a perfect safety record over that entire 36 years. Even though this is my first time trying parasailing, I feel perfectly at ease in the hands and paws of Captain Doug, his manager Lindsay, and Border Collie Fitzy. Doug built his 37-foot custom parasailing boat himself. His custom-designed parasailing chairs are incredibly comfortable, as opposed to traditional parasail harnesses that dig into your legs and crotch. Rides are available ranging in height from 200 to 500 feet above the water. You don't need to know how to swim, steer, or really do anything to parasail. Simply sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. I have never done this before. I don't know why I've never done this before. I feel like a bird up here. This is as high as they're willing to take us. This is just insane. We're probably, I'll find out in a minute and I'll tell you, but we're probably 250, 300 feet off the ground. Or off the water. Where am I going with that? Anyway, a little discombobulated. This is crazy, but it's so much fun. It's so peaceful up here. It turns out that unbeknownst to me, Captain Doug sent me up the full 500 feet. The views of the Door County landscape and deep blue waters of Green Bay from up here are nothing short of surreal. Captain Doug also owns Stiletto Sailing Cruises, also operating out of Ephraim Harbor, with scenic daytime and sunset sailing on Green Bay aboard 2 sleek, stable, and speedy 30-foot catamarans. Rates start at an affordable $40 per person for a 90-minute sail. Captain Doug has been a business partner of our video sponsor XInsurance for the past 8 years, insuring both of his waterborne businesses. He appreciates their flexibility and cost-effective solutions in a non-traditional market, for which only 3 insurers nationwide provide coverage for parasailing operations. Commercial insurance coverage provided by XInsurance runs the gamut, from outdoor guiding and recreation to trucking, special events, liquor liability, watercraft and ATV rental, general liability, product liability, and more. Personal lines customers can obtain coverage for animal liability, firearms and self-defense, public servant legal liability, and much more. To learn more about our video sponsor XInsurance and the ways that they can maximize your peace of mind, visit XInsurance.com or click on the link in the video description below. If you'd like to try parasailing with Fitzy, Lindsay, and Captain Doug while you're in Door County, visit parasailrides.com or click on the link down below in the video description. Rates start at only $55, and it's an experience that you won't soon forget. There are 12 lighthouses and sets of range lights on the Door Peninsula. Although maintained as an exhibit by the Door County Maritime Museum, the 89-foot steel-clad brick tower of the Cana Island Lighthouse, built in 1869, is still an active navigational aid. With the causeway leading to Cana Island now beneath the rising waters of Lake Michigan, the museum runs a unique tractor and wagon shuttle to ferry visitors to the 8.7-acre island. However, we've come equipped with our own transportation. But launching our kayak through this confused voodoo chop at the end of the road is going to be interesting. There are 214 known confirmed and unconfirmed shipwrecks listed for Door County, some of which are used for wreck diving. On October 15, 1880, as waves actually swept through the lightkeepers' quarters on Cana Island, the Alpena gale destroyed 7 ships near this lighthouse. On October 12, 1928, the freighter M.J. Bartlemy went aground in the fog and split apart at this location after attempts to free the ship failed. So we truly hope that you've enjoyed visiting Door County, Wisconsin as much as we have. Honestly, I would have loved to have stayed on longer. We could have easily spent 2 weeks here exploring all the beautiful things along Lake Michigan that this area has to offer. And of course, our visit was a bit abbreviated with all the hustling we had to do to get the trailer fixed and up and running back roadworthy again. But we will definitely be back. So if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer, now is the perfect time to go hit that little subscribe button down there in the corner and ring that notification bell so you can come along on each and every episode of Grand Adventure as we take our American Heartland Tour 2020 next week to the UP of Michigan. We would be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. Now, it's extremely important to us that right down below the video, if you like this episode, please give us a big thumbs up down there. And while you're down below, that's where you'll find the comment section. That's where we'd love to hear from you after each and every episode. So until next week from the UP of Michigan, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.